Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Compound Interesting. This is Emil, and in today's video we're having a look at Upwork stock and doing a full deep dive analysis into my opinions on Upwork stock. Just a quick analysis of the company. I'm also going to compare it to its competition, and Upwork essentially is in the freelance market. So finding what it essentially does is match companies with freelance workers. So I want to talk about the freelance market and whether freelancing is going to take over the traditional 9-to-5 job. So we're going to run through all those things in today's video, and obviously at the end I'll give you my overall opinion and what exactly I'm doing in regards to this stock. So with all that said, please like the video because it's a small channel, it really helps us get it off the ground. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you're interested in the stock market, and with all that said, let's get going. Right, let me know if I just got these sexy LEDs. So let me know if you like them. I'm currently on purple mode. I can change the... Alright, we're going to stick with purple. So sexy light purple, let's go. So right now Upwork is the biggest freelance network by the amount of transactions, or by the amount of money that flows through it. So the amount of money that clients pay to freelancers. Upwork is the biggest in the world. And the reason that is, they don't have the most clients, or they don't have the most freelancers on their website, but they have the best freelancers on the website, and I'll explain to you right now exactly how they get the best freelancers on the website. So currently the most sought after skills for freelancers, or for clients looking for freelancers, is social media marketing, copywriting, and graphic design. So that's kind of what kind of skills they're looking for. However, in the future I think there's a lot of room to grow into like more lucrative ones that are already starting to come up, like software engineering and stuff like that. Now Upwork gets the cream of the crop out of all the freelancers in comparison to like Fiverr. So Fiverr, the idea was that you pay $5 to get a gig. So basically, if I want to get a logo done for my new company, I'm just a sole trader, I just need a cheap okay logo, I don't know any graphic design, go on Fiverr, pay $5 and get a logo. And it's just going to be off some random bloke who has no credentials. Most likely it's not going to be some amazing graphic designer with 20 years of experience, you know what I mean? So that's where Upwork comes in. The only people who really get to the top of the pack on Upwork are people with serious experience. So it's really, really hard to get jobs initially on Upwork. You really have to put a lot of time into getting a lot of clients and putting out a lot of work and being accredited and doing very well and getting really good reviews before Upwork will recommend you to more and more clients. And another way they make sure that they get the cream of the crop is to make sure that you're actually serious. They take 20% of the fee for the first $500 that you earn. So say I'm a freelancer on Upwork, if I get a job and the job pays me $100 to make a logo for a cool company or whatever, I make the logo and Upwork get 20%. If I do that 5 times, then only then does the rate drop to 10%. So it stops all the little noobs who aren't that good, or just kind of, you know, someone like my age who doesn't have that much experience, who isn't that great at what he's doing. He's just like kind of, you know, a bit of a chancer going out on Fiverr and trying to earn a buck. It's only really looking after serious professionals to market those serious professionals to serious big time companies. Whereas Fiverr or Freelancer, it's just 10% charge from the get-go. And then once you earn 10 grand on Upwork, the rate drops to 5%. So there's a real incentive to stay. Once you get onto Upwork and get a few jobs, there's a real incentive to stay, to get all the way to 10 grand, and then you only have to pay 5% in fees. So the top dogs do really, really well on Upwork, and kind of less skilled people go to other websites. So that's what Upwork is going after. You also have a limited amount of gigs that you can apply for. You can't just apply for an unlimited amount of gigs, and you have to pay. If I'm a freelancer, I have to pay like $10 a month to be able to apply to, I think, 70 gigs per month. So I apply for $70. I apply for 70 gigs at $10 a month. So basically, companies aren't getting bombarded with loads of crap freelancers who aren't really good. They're only getting really serious people who actually aren't just putting out loads and loads of things hoping they'll catch something, you know. They're just only putting in what they think they can actually do a good job for. So for that reason, Upwork has gotten the likes of Microsoft and like really, really big companies using Upwork's platform to find freelance workers. And companies on Upwork have actually been using Upwork's bring your own talent feature, which means that they can, if they're using freelancers from another website or freelancers that they found from some other country or not part of their actual workforce, they can put those freelancers onto Upwork and pay all their freelancers directly through Upwork. Just makes it really easy to be able to pay them all directly through Upwork rather than having different ways all mixed up everywhere. Alright, so now I just want to compare Upwork to Fiverr. I mentioned Fiverr already. It's kind of like the cheap version of Upwork. It has a bigger market cap and it's growing way faster. So it's growing faster, and I'm a real growth investor. If you've been following me at all, I'm a serious growth and speculative investor. I like going after those high potential return stocks. So why am I more interested in Upwork than Fiverr? Well, I'm going to outline, I think both stocks are great, but I'm just going to outline some differences for you. So I think Upwork has a better system in place that makes it more easy for their clients, as in the businesses who are looking for the freelancers, to find the right talent that they want, the right freelancers. And Upwork use artificial intelligence to match the perfect client to the perfect freelancer. Whereas Fiverr, you're kind of out on your own looking for clients. You're looking for freelancers yourself. You're more looking for freelancers yourself and looking through their portfolio, and then you ask them. And I think Upwork is better suited for the future that we're heading to. So I'll talk about the future that we're heading to now. But I think Fiverr is perfect for what's going on right now, where it's just like, if I want to start a little company on the side, I just need someone to make me a quick website or a quick logo or something. But I think that the future is generally heading towards more of a freelance economy, where more people ditch the 9 to 5. Like 81% of millennials don't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore, would be more interested in being a freelancer. They would prefer to be a freelancer than to work a 9 to 5. So I think that transition will occur over the next couple of decades, and that will be better suited for Upwork rather than Fiverr in the long term. But right now Fiverr, that's why I believe Fiverr is growing faster, because they have that really cheap stuff that's better for just like small little quick things, rather than actually semi-employing people, like having retention with your freelancers, getting them to do a job here and there rather than just a one-off job, getting them to do a job once or twice a month. So David Perel, who's very interesting on Twitter, put up these slides that I'll put up for you now, where he kind of shows when it makes sense to hire an employee and when it would make more sense to hire a freelancer, what situations make more sense. So obviously probably you're aware that the work from home trend has been completely accelerated because of the COVID situation or whatever. So many people are looking to this as a long-term situation, and companies are, like Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter and Square, has said that employees can work from home for forever. They don't need to come into the office anymore, because it's just as effective them working from home. There's no real need for them to come in the office. It's not like computers are only in the office. Computers aren't expensive anymore, and computers are portable. And there's Wi-Fi everywhere now, so you can work from home or work in a coffee shop, no problem. And obviously this ties it well into freelance as well. Freelance makes a lot of sense. You don't need to employ everyone. You can employ someone for a job halfway across the world who's living in Thailand, where his expenses are really next to nothing, so he can charge you a lot less than if you're employing someone full time in Silicon Valley, which you're basically paying a 40% premium to employ that person just because they're physically located there. And of course it means you can reduce your office rental space and every kind of expense that goes along with having physical employees rather than just freelancing through the internet. So I was looking more into freelance, how freelance is likely to grow, and I got some statistics, and these statistics say like people like who are working construction but aren't working like full time for a company, they count that as freelance. So these numbers are a bit skewed. It's not exactly Upwork's target market. However, they say by 2027, more than half of the US will be freelance, which is kind of insane. And currently there's 57 million freelance workers in the US, and 30 million of which are long-term. And according to Upwork, $560 billion worth of jobs revenue wise could be done using freelance. So that's their total addressable market, and their current market cap is 1.7 billion and their revenue is 0.33 billion. So with a total addressable market of 560 billion, with their current revenue of a third of a billion, there is a lot of room to grow into that, even though there is competition. They're currently growing at about 10 to 20% revenue wise per year the last couple of years, and they're expected to keep growing around 20%. So that's not really the kind of growth I usually go after personally. I usually like to grow after like really, really high growth stocks, and Fiverr currently is a really, really high growth stock. However, Upwork seems like a little bit of a better pick for me just because of a price to sales multiple is lower, and as I mentioned, the long-term potential for Upwork is better in my opinion. So Upwork have 130,000 clients, so businesses that are using Upwork. Here's another couple of statistics. I'll just quickly run through them. So 85% of freelancers are living the lifestyle that they want, so they're not going to switch back to the 9 to 5. 87% of millennials would prefer to work freelance. I already said that one. Freelance revenue growth worldwide is about 80%. So this is kind of one of the red flags. Why is Upwork only growing at 20% when freelance jobs are growing at 80% revenue wise? So maybe it's because Upwork's already in a kind of a mature market, even though I think they can grow this market for 20% for at least a decade, which would be a long-term very, very good position if they manage to do that, if they manage to grow for 20%, because of the reasons I mentioned, that they're going after the bigger businesses rather than the kind of the side gigs and the side hustlers. They're looking at real professionals who are quitting their 9 to 5 and really becoming freelance, working on their own terms. So I think that's a more viable long-term business model if this trend of freelance really takes off and becomes, well, it's already happening, but if this gradual trend, I think it's going to be a gradual shift. I don't think everyone's going to quit their 9 to 5 overnight in 2024. Gradually, less and less people will get the 9 to 5 and just commit to the freelance because it's easier. They can work from wherever they want, whenever they want, and charge however much they want as well. So that's the other really nice thing about freelance. You can keep increasing your prices as you get more and more skilled and get more and more testimonials and show more of your portfolio of work that you've done, your body of work. You can increase your hourly rate from $10 all the way up. There's people charging hundreds of dollars per hour for their freelance work because they've gotten so good at it. So the sky is the limit with freelance as well. Kind of a bit of a weird mission statement. So their mission statement is, our mission is to create economic opportunities so people have better lives. So I kind of know what they're saying, but they've just kind of worded it really strangely. So I think they're kind of saying they want to make people have the opportunity to be able to live on their own terms and in that way have a better life. But yeah, a bit of a weird mission statement, not very clear, but I usually like to see a really strong mission statement. And I also recently listened to their earnings call that came out a couple of days ago, and it wasn't really absolutely striking, and it hasn't really made me like so super excited about this company and digging really into this company. Nothing really, like, just the opportunity is strong, but the company isn't like absolutely, I have to buy this company right now at these prices. I'm not going crazy about this company right now. Like some of the stocks that I've researched into, I'm like, wow, they have such visionary leadership and such amazing ideas and such huge potential in the future. With Upwork, I'm like, yeah, if they can keep growing at this 20% clip, they're definitely way undervalued and they can grow. They're at a tiny valuation, only a $1.7 billion market cap, when they really could be in the tens of billions, even hundreds of billions in the very, very long term. But they're not really grabbing me and showing me that they can really execute on that. So so just to wrap up now, I'll just let you know that I have opened an initial position at around $14.50 in dollars, $14.50, and I probably won't add any more to that initial position, and I would add if it dropped to maybe like $11 or so. I'd add a few more shares, but I'm not really interested. I'm going to definitely keep a close eye on this stock, but I'm not interested in making this a huge top 5 position in my portfolio. Definitely a very interesting company, along with Fiverr. I definitely want to research Fiverr as well, because I think that's also really, really cool. I think the industry is amazing. The freelance economy has a very strong chance to really take over and take a big market share out of the 9 to 5. However, I'm just not fully sold on Upwork yet, so I'm just going to keep a close eye on it. So if you enjoyed this analysis on Upwork, please hit the like button. Really would appreciate it, because it would really help get this really small channel up off the ground. I'm almost at 1,000 subs, so that would mean the world to me. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I release videos every few days and they're all amazing, of course. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and let me know what you think of Upwork. Is this a stock you're really interested in? How do you think the freelance economy is going to grow over time? I'm kind of not really sold on it. I haven't found any resource materials to really dig in and show me the numbers and what's going on. Is this the new way people are going to work in the future? Is everyone going to be a freelance gig economy person, and companies just work by hiring out people who are all working from home? Is that the future, or will most people still stick to going into an office every Monday to Friday? So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this installment in Shit Shirt Sundays. What you think of this one? Let me know in the comments as well if you think this is a shit shirt or it's goddamn epic like I think it is. So thanks a million for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Cheers.